So, dear students, today I will discuss the set number 21, which I shared it yesterday, I suppose. So, in this, there will be in each set, there will be, in this particular set, there are 100 questions. So, in this 100 questions, basically, it is dealing with the latest topics, like different faculty are explaining you, like Indian history, then Indian geography, then ma'am will teach world geography. So like that, they are covering all the topics, but how do you get it in the examination? So how it will be like multiple choice questions. So what is its latest relevance? How are they in news in in the day-to-day, in the past few months? Why were they in news? These topics. So these are all of great importance. So let's go through them, at least 5 questions we will do. Then I will send you the recordings of this remaining questions also, or in the next coming classes we will be discussing them. Now the first question is about first advance estimates of GDP. First of all, what is GDP? Any idea? It's a release of national accounts. How sir gives it is, he gives 3 points. Usually the questions in civils will be 3 statements are given. Which of the statements are true? Only one, or 1 and 2 only, or 1, 2, 3. All 3 are relevant. D, none of the above. Right? So here, what is, first of all, we need to understand the context of the question. What is GDP? Yeah, gross domestic price. So it has been announced that in Q1 of 2021-22, students, that due to COVID, there was a heavy loss. The GDP went down miserably due to all over the world. It was like that. So in this particular first quarter of 21-22, it is estimated to be 32.38 lakh crores. So to what the questions which sir has given, I am trying to add up little notes for you so that you can refer to that and try to understand it in a better way, right? So GDP, how is the GDP calculated? All that money which is spent by the consumers, the business, government, non-government organizations, all of them together in the country, the money which is being spent, that is all considered for GDP. So now here it has been given here that in this question, first let us read the question properly. The sector-wise estimates, the approach for compiling the advance estimates is based on the benchmark indicator method. Now we will go and understand what is benchmark indicator method. The sector-wise estimates are obtained by the extrapolation of indicators. What are the indicators? Index of the industrial production. How is it? IIP. How is this industrial production? During COVID, industrial production was greatly hit. All the constructions which were going on were greatly, huge constructions which were going on, like metro work or huge factories being set up. All that was a seriously hit, correct? Financial performance of the listed companies. When you go to the share market, you have the listed companies, right? So how was the performance of those companies? How was the crop production? How are the central and state governments performing? Then how are the deposits, credits? How is the passenger and freight earnings of the railways? Railways are used to imports and exports, for transportation of various commodities, even through aircrafts also, cargo is being handled, right? So at all this, that means landways, roadways and airways. How was it? How was the imports and exports going on? How is railways carrying goods? So based on all that, this is being considered. So projections of 2021 also will be considered for this in the respective sectors. So usually sir gives it is a hint for you. 1, 2, 3. Most of the answers will be answer C only. That is all the points which are needed, which you should know for that particular question. Sir will give it up. So 1, 2, 3. All the 3 points are considered for this particular question about the first advanced estimates of GDP. Now, Little more about GDP. How is it done? So how can it be, benchmarking, which is given, no, there, benchmarking and the method, indicator, benchmark indicator method. So in that, how are the different companies, different organizations, which are in the business, how are they performing? All that is measured properly. So in this benchmarking, there are different types of benchmarking, like generic benchmarking, functional benchmarking. For you to understand, you need to understand what is GDP and how it is being calculated. So this is benchmarking. This is one method that you need to understand. Now, second question. This is with reference to cyclones. So every time we hear a new name for the cyclones, right? First point is Nisarga crossed Maharashtra border. Cyclone Nivar crossed Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. Amphan, this was struck Cyclone Odisha and West Bengal, right? So what is this? How are these cyclones named? There is an organization which meets, like now, from all the countries represented by usually Bay of Bengal. We have Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, all the cyclones which are hit. See, when they refer back, instead of referring back 2000 March 2000 cyclone or 2001 September cyclone or like that, instead of referring like that, all of them have come to an understanding that from various countries, they have picked up the names of the cyclones. Around 160 names have been selected and put up. So the next cyclone which comes, right, if it has already been selected, like Amphan or Katrina or like, no, they will be, the names will be listed out. 160 names have been lifted out. So next cyclone comes, then the names will be put up, so that it becomes, when you go back and when you refer to the kind of loss which was there during that cyclone, or what are the, how the depression was, or how the movement of the low pressure area has moved, and how much of livestock or people were affected by it, or how the measurements, like safety measurements, precautionary measurements were taken by different governments, right? And all this to review about, meteorological department, containing from the continent, from our continent, all the countries together, give these names. That is how the names are, they are named. So you can note down that it is all the three points are correct. Now coming to the CANI project. What is this CANI project? Chennai and Andaman Nicobar Islands, they have optical fiber networks. You can fiber cables. You can see, OFC cables will be, when you are moving across a road, you will be finding small stone structures which are there, on which it will be written OFC. So these optical fiber cables are very much needed from Chennai to Andaman Nicobar Islands, right? So for this connectivity, it helps better, because they are always left out, Andaman Nicobar Islands, to communicate with them. So this CANI project has come up. So recently it was in news. So sir has prepared a question based on this. So it will help in high speed broadband connectivity, right? And more mobile and landline telecom services. Most of the times they will be out of touch. So somebody, for us to help them out, also it becomes very difficult when the weather conditions are not so good. So like this, the questions are there, children. In the next class, we will discuss more about it. So I tried to add up a few points over there for your understanding for each question, right? And I will share this document with you. At least 10 questions per day. Keep it a rule that at least 10 questions per day you are going to work on this. Because colleges have started your, I think so you need to work on that also. But students who are like full-time doing this, like Pearly, Padma Reddy and all, should work on this seriously. Maybe they should cover 100 questions in 2 days, right? And more information and more material will be provided to you. And all the materials that you have prepared, the PowerPoint presentations, please make sure that you post it to us. Go through the syllabus carefully. Like ma'am has almost covered old. If you subscribe, if you go to the channel, YouTube channel that we have, where we are posting all the videos or lessons of the faculty, which were happening, maybe it's now 1 year. All those videos are available for you. So you can go through them, or Shamla ma'am's videos and Murali Krishna Garu's videos are all there. You can refer to them whenever. So geography, you try to complete Indian geography, go through those chapters. Any doubts in the upcoming classes, please ask Shamla ma'am. And when it comes to Indian history, like the Vedic period, Harshavardhan and all these kings it's all done, right? So now sir will come to the modern history. So you have to go through that and write down the points and note down your doubts, so that you can ask the faculty when they are coming up, or you can put it up in the group also. We have added the faculty also in the group. They will clarify your doubts, children. But it's very, very important that you start working on it seriously, right? Keep a specific time for this and work on it. Thank you very much.